guys, this is your coach Richie. I'm here to welcome you guys into the graphics design bootcamp, smartphone graphics design bootcamp, where you're going to be learning how to design logos, branding, flyers, magazine covers, profile covers using just your phone. It's going to be an amazing class and it's going to go for 1 full week. So you guys should grab your tools, that's your phone, download Pixellab and get ready to start the class. So first of all, this is Pixellab. This is the app that you will be downloading. As you can see, this is the app that you'll be downloading. Now, today's class is going to be about navigation on Pixellab. Yes, that's going to be today's class is going to be navigation about Pixellab. So as you can see, this layout, these are backgrounds that you can choose from, but I don't really use any of this background because it's not giving what I want to do. So first of all, let's start with the layers. As you can see, this place here, that's the layer panel. That's where you click to find a layer here. That's the layer panel. So now let me show you. If you click on the layer panel, this way you see all the layers. So now for instance, let me import now. Now there are two ways to import in Pixellab. The first one is using this plus. That's the first one. And the second one is coming over to this diamond shaped. Let me show you. This is the second way. The first one is either you use the plus, or the second one is either you use this. You click on it. Sorry, here. You click on it and you see import right here. So first of all, is either you use here or you use here to import. So now let me use here because I prefer using here than any other place. So now let's pick a random picture like this Doctor Strange cover. Now we'll pick that, wait for it to load. Now first of all, once you pick a image, or let's say any PNG or anything you want to use to design, it will first take you to this layer. This layer is for you to choose whether you want to crop it, whether you want to rotate it to the left or right, or whether you want to zoom in. And it can also give you any shape. If you want any shape, as you can see, it has given me the shape, but I don't need any shape. So I also give you aspect ratio 1.1. 16.9 is for YouTube thumbnails. 9.16 is for TikTok. So there are different aspect ratios that you use, but it depends on the kind of design. This is just a rough practical. So that's it. And now click on this check mark here. When you click on the check mark, your image has been imported. That's how you import. Is either you use this side, is either you use the plus button, or you use the import button from here. So that's it. Now moving over to the layers part. So now as you can see that there is a text layer and there is a image that I have imported. Now all you have to do, let me show you. You come to this layer panel, you click on it. Have you seen now there are two layers? And if you press and hold, you can switch the positions of each of the layer. As you can see, before the text was at the back, now it's at the front. As you can see, that's how you can switch. And now let me also tell you that this is one thing I normally use in my design. I love using grid for accurate placing of text and elements. I love using this grid because if say for instance now you want to place the text and the image at the same time, you have to use your hand to push it, and sometimes, let's just admit it, sometimes it's not always at that position. That's why I use the grid. I'll place my text, my image here. I'll place my image here, and I know it's on that line. Then I come to my text and I also place my text on that line. Place it on that line. Now, as you can see, they're on the same because I've used the grid. But nevertheless, if you don't want to use the grid, there are different ways. You come over to this, sorry, the text section. Sorry, this. Oh, why am I doing this? Yeah, this is the text section. This A that you see here. This A that you see here. Now, this A has to do with everything text. It it has to do with everything, how to copy, how to edit, how to delete, how to position either front, back, relative position, size, texture, color, padding, opacity, rotate, mask, font, curve, text background, text alignment, text spacing, text line spacing, shadow, stroke, inner shadow, emboss, 3D text, perspective, and reflection. It has to do, that's what this A stands for, everything concerning text. So now let me show you another way to move your text to position it the same way without using the grid. You come to this position here, you click on the position. Now all you have to do is tap on this button. Let's go back. Let's go back. Have you seen? Oh, I did this wrong again. This is the position. This is the position option. So all you have to do is click it. When you click on the position option, you see these arrows here. You see these arrows here. These four arrows. As you can see, this is to the left, this is to the right. This is for moving up, this is for moving down. Now, sorry, I'm not feeling fine. Now, this PX, this move by PX, it stands for the size of movement you want to give to the text. Like usually if you want to move this text without using this position, we'll just take it boom up here. Now, the PX stands for you moving it, the how fast or how fast do you want the text to move to this position. So let me undo it. You just have to increase it to 12, press up, and it will move. Have you seen? Now if you increase it all, it moves fast now. Have you seen how it stands for? You can reduce it till you reach a particular point of how you want. So let me just show you. Wherever you want the text to be, you reduce it or you increase it till you get to that point. So let me show you. I want to place it the same line with this image. Let me increase the image. And by the way, mind you, if you want to increase image, this button here, yes, you press it to increase image. This one here, is to reduce image, and this one here is to rotate the image. This one is to expand the height, to increase the height of the image. So now I've increased the image to expand and to reduce using the side, and this one is to expand and reduce using the downside, and here is to rotate. So now I want to align this text now. With this the side of this image now. The side of this image. I want to put it exactly at the side of this image. So here's what I'll do. I'll come to my position here, then increase the length. Increase the move by. Once I and see that I'm close to the edge, then I reduce it and move it slowly, gently, till I reach. Now have you seen? I don't need to use the grid anymore. That's another way of placing text. So you don't need to use the grid anymore. So when you're done placing your text, you tap anywhere around the canvas. You tap anywhere around the canvas, the text has been placed there. Now, as this the plus sign here where you see text under is to add text, and this one is to add quotes. So if you're doing any design that needs it, you can go ahead and use them. Now let's go to the layer panel. Have you seen this lock, this padlock? As you can see, this layer panel, there's padlock, there's an eye, there's a dustbin, and there's an edit logo here. So now if you want to lock the layer, you simply press the padlock. As you can see, the layer cannot move, only the text that will move, but the layer cannot move. Now let's unlock the layer, and if you lock the text, by the way, this is what I mean by the lock. This is the padlock, this is the trash, this is the eye, and this is the edit tool. Now if we lock the text, I can move the image, but I can't move the text. So that's how the lock in this section works. And if you click on the eye, I've hide the image. And if you click on the eye again, the image can be seen. Now if you click on the trash, obviously you're deleting the image, but we don't want to delete the image. And now if you click on the edit, now this edit, now you have seen the same. You can, this is another way to go to the position section. Understand? As you can see, this is the logo of the position. This is logo position. This is to back, this is to front, this is to rotate, this is relative position, and this is to copy. As you can see, that's another way you can go to the position section to position your images and text. So that's how it is for this section on the navigating part. Now that's we are done with the text area. Let's move on to, now let's go to font. Now let's pick this font. Let's tap. You first of all, you tap on your text. You go to the text section. You find font. You click on the font. There are different fonts here where you can use, but Pixellab offers a good range and amount of font. But it's not what we graphic designers will really love to do, because we are using smartphone. Now, if it's a Photoshop, like if you're using laptop now, like I do sometimes, if you're using Photoshop, you'll see Photoshop gives you a wide variety of fonts, but you can also download your fonts from Google Fonts and Poppins and the rest. So now, if we that we are using smartphone, we are limited to some certain fonts that will be on any editing apps. That's why they gave us this section that says my font. I will show you guys very soon on how to add your font to the Pixellab. So now we have seen different kinds of fonts, and this recent stands for the fonts that you have used of recent. Now let's click this acknowledgement. You have clicked on it. If you come to the recent, you see that I've recently used the acknowledgement font. So you click on OK. That's how you change the font. That's how you change the font. And now if you come to this style, you click on this style. When you click on style, it asks you if you want to bold it, if you want to underline, if you want to make it an italic. So if you see, you click on bold. Have you seen the difference? Let's undo. Look at the text. Let me expand it. Now look at the text. You click bold. Everything is bold. You remove it. Have you seen? You click the bold. Now it expands. If you click italics, it bends. If you click the underline, when you click the check mark, have you seen there's a white line under? Sorry, let's lock this layer. Have you seen? There's a white underline. There's a white underline there, as you can see. So you move to the curve. Let's check the curve now. This curve is how you want your font to bend. As you can see, back is negative, front is positive. Anyhow you want it to bend, you can keep it like that. Then you click the check mark. In all the designs you do, in all the tools that you use, there will always be this check mark for you to click to confirm that you are accepting your design, and there will always be this X. For this one, mostly you only see the check mark and the X. For this one, you see some of the tools here, you see this button. This is a reset button. So it's your choice if you want to check it or if you don't want to check it. Now, text background. You click on this text background, you open it, you enable it. Normally it's always on enable, so it's for you to come and enable it. When you enable it, there's color and gradient. Color is the background. In like color, you want the background to be black, while gradient, it gives it more like a kind of a texture, a nice texture. Mixing it, as you can see, there's a difference. As you can see, there's black here and there's white here. It mixes color. That's what gradient is about. And you can now expand. This is the left padding, right padding, top padding, and bottom padding. You can choose to make it if how big you want the background to be for the left, for the right, for the top, and for the bottom. And you can also increase the radius. How well do you want it to curve? That's it. Now, align. If you unlock it, justify. If you press it enable, that's is for if you're having different text in the same, you're having different text. So let's duplicate this one. To duplicate it, you see copy here, you click on the copy to duplicate. Now let's go to align. You enable it. If you press, if you're right, it's not going to work. But if you're writing two different texts, a text that's very much, let's say you're writing like a Bible portion or anything that you know you're going to use more than two lines to write it, and you want it to be the same side, the same length and size, that's when you use align. And now letter spacing, that's if you click how well do you want the letters to spread, as you can see from that one. And this one is words, how well do you want the words to spread, that's it. Now for shadow, if you enable it already, it gives you a shadow on its own. It's for you to increase how blurred you want it to be or not. So that's how it is. For this offset X, where do you want it to be? And now Y is either down or up. Offset X is left or right, while Y is down or up. And you can also pick the color of the background you want. So now that is it for the text area. Oh, let me show you how to add color. Of course, you can see this color. You click on the color, you pick, you click the check mark, you come to this size, you increase how big you want the text to be. But we don't really use this. We are not really going to use this text size, but I don't know. So that is it for the text section. Now let me show you to add a texture to a text. You come to this place they call texture. No texture selected. You click on it to select a texture. It will go to your document, that's your files. It will go to your files. You wait for it to load. Then let's pick this, for example. Now let's pick this one, for example. Now we want only this spread pop to show. We click on the check mark after cropping it. As you can see that the text has entered the texture of the text. What we picked, this layer, this text layer now, that was white. This text layer that was white, that was orange, sorry, it it is now going to be a text. It's going to change to the whatever image you want it to turn into. Like this final button now, this is not a real text. They change the texture in this final button here. They change the texture. That's why let's do it again. You come to texture, you select, you wait for your files to open, you pick. If you want to crop, you crop. If you don't want to crop, do anything more. Let's use brown so you guys will really see it well. It's brown color, as you can see. So that's it for the texture part. Now I already explained this side. Let's move on to the diamond shape. Let's say the this shape section. This this shape section, to add stickers, you can use it to add stickers. You want it to use, you can use it to import. You can do a freehand draw. You can add shape. And let me just show you. I've showed you import, and to add sticker is just a regular sticker from Pixellab or emojis, and this sticker plus is for paid users. So that's it. Now let's move to this draw. Let's wait for it to load. The draw, it's either if you want to use it to do freehand, that's if you're good at freehand. But if you're not good at freehand, do not use the draw tool. You just end up scribbling something weird that you end up regretting. So this is the draw tool. Pen size, as you can see. Oh, let's change the color to white. As you can see, increases the pen size, smoothness, blur radius, you blur it. That's it. That's it. Fill the inside. It depends if you're trying to create two text at the same time. Neon effect. Neon effect is how you can make it shine. You know when the text shines at the background. That's how it is. So now the arrow, create arrow. They say if you're trying to how should I put it? Okay, if you're trying to create, let's say, yeah, a price tag or something, you can just come click this arrow, and you cannot be like, the price is down here. You cannot come and write the price here, or you can say subscribe to the channel. But that's what the arrow is to. The arrow is used to show information and to show location of what you are supposed to do, location of the valid information. So now if you come to this, it's to show like curve, how you want, if you want how you want a curve to come out, like three. So you can just toggle it and click check, and it will come out like that. That's it. Let's move to the layer panel. That's a layer panel, by the way. This side is to color, transparency, image size, crop image from gallery, camera. Now these three here, that you are seeing, it can also be used to import image. So that means I've showed you 5 different ways to import image. It can also be used to import image. Is your choice. Now we move to this magic wand here. Magic wand, I mean a wand. I don't know which one they call it. This magic wand here. You click on it. It's to rotate the text. Anything you wanna do, you do with it. Increase brightness, noise. As you can see, there's so many things: contrast, hue, saturation, and the rest. So contrast. So as you can see, it's mostly for the background, it's mostly for the background, not for the text. Sorry, black and white. As you can see, it's mostly for the background. Stripes enabled. See, it's mostly for the background. So guys, that is it for how to navigate on Pixellab. If you have any questions, oh, before I go, let me show you how to save. if you click on this save icon here, this is the undo button, by the way. This is the undo button, and this is the save icon. If you click on this save icon here, let me just take this advantage to show you guys all the button now that I have time. No, let's click on it. Yeah, now this is edit button, delete button, import button, undo button, zoom to, grid, layer, for quote, share, save button, and this more options button. So now you go to this save button, now you see save image and save as project. Save as project is when you are not done with the design, you are going to come back to it, you save the project there. Understand? You save it there. When you're not done with it, you save it there. And now image is when you're officially done with the design, you can now save the image as JPEG and put it in your phone where you'll be able to share it to people and post. Now this more option button, you can also import. These are now ways, there are 6 different ways of importing image. As you can see, another, use image from gallery. Now full screen is to expand the image or text or a Canva. Export image is another way to save your image. Export it, it will take you to this place. Same as the save image, it also take you to this place. Those are 2 ways to save your image, your design, sorry. Image size, also tutorial. If you want tutorial on how to use the bag, how to navigate on Canva, is also the, and this exit button is to back from Canva. Me, I mostly use the exit button so that I will let the algorithm know that I'm about to leave rather than to press the minimize button and swipe up. But nevertheless, there's no issue doing it. So this is the share button. You can also use to save. So now there are 3 ways to save. Number 1, you use the more option. Number 1, you use the more option. You use the share. Sorry, you use the share, and you use the save option. So that is it for all, guys. This is the navigation on Pixellab. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And you can also pick some of the design that are here. So keep calm, can edit it too. Okay. Keep calm and enjoy the class. See you guys. Don't forget, if you have any question, ask. I'm ready to answer.